Hi, Dan Gogler here. We're going to take a quick look at the difference between Google and Outlook calendars. So I did a quick comparison here. Starting off kind of with the pros and cons of each. We'll look at Outlook here first, so I put some of the pros and cons on them. Obviously, the pros with Outlook calendar is the fact that it syncs with other calendar users that utilize Microsoft. Very easy to use to add events, reminders. Very compatible, obviously, and easy to use for power users of Microsoft type products. The ability to view by day, week, or month. The ability to prioritize messages are all pros. The cons for the Outlook calendar is obviously being a Microsoft product. You have to own the Microsoft product, so it is subscription based. There's no ability to create multiple calendars on that, and you can only set reminders for about 2 weeks out. Those are some of the cons for Outlook. When we flip over to Google, you're going to see some of the pros and cons are similar, um, and some of them kind of go back to back. The pros for Google are that it does sync with other calendar users that utilize Google, just like Outlook went with other Microsoft users. There are more ways to share than other calendars. For example, you can make the calendar public. You can make it just shared to individuals. You can make it shared to a team. You got a lot more options there. It is free to use, as many Google tools are, and it does have a cool little color-coded multiple calendar option there where you can put up multiple calendars and you can make one pink, one purple, one blue, as you'll see a little bit later. The big cons is there is no Windows Phone app for yet. There's no phone or online support as with many Google tools. It's really tough to get a hold of them. They've got a lot of help online for you, but you can't call them or go online and actually chat with somebody. If you're having an issue, you just go kind of through a help center. And there are some people that cite some possible privacy concerns with Google Calendar out there that I found when I was doing my research. So let's go ahead and go on into Microsoft Outlook here and start looking at the actual calendar. So here you can see the Outlook calendar, the look of it. I'm going to show you a couple different things you can do with it. To set it up, you obviously have to have, once again, Microsoft subscription based. You have to have the product to actually be able to use it. But you can go in up here. I've got mail through my school that uses Outlook, so I'm able to go in and I can click right on calendar and it'll take me right into the actual calendar. You can see we don't primarily use it really anymore. We used to use it for our labs, our computer labs, and you can see other calendars down here. We actually put those in. They're not color coded, and when I do it, I have to click on each one. It says you can't open it because they don't exist anymore, but obviously if they did, if I clicked on it, it would show all the different dates of when teachers signed up for certain computer labs. I can obviously go in here and change the look of it. I can go to a daily tech calendar, the work week, the full week, a month view, obviously all kinds of different options here. If I want to add events, it's very, very easy to actually go in there and do. I can just click on a date and then I can go in and actually add the event, add a start time, finish time if I want. I can set it to repeat if I want to. I can set reminders on there and then I can just click save. So it's very, very easy to use, as you can see. And once again, as I think you're going to see with a lot of these calendar comparisons, I think it's going to come down to a lot of preference in terms of whether you are more of a Microsoft person or whether you are more of a Google person in terms of which one you would like to use. So once again, to set it up, you have to have Microsoft product to actually go in there. Like I said, we have Microsoft email through Outlook at our school, which makes it very easy to use this calendar. I do not use it on a regular basis, so however, and if I did use one, I'd probably use Google just because of the fact that I, use more Google tools. So let's flip on over to Google and take a look at that one real quick and see how it compares. So here is the Google Calendar. As you can see, it's it is fairly similar look. Obviously, it's a calendar look to what Outlook was. There's not a huge, massive difference when you're just kind of looking at it in general. Obviously, you can flip through the months just like you could on Outlook and things like that. The biggest difference is probably the multiple calendars. The nice part for me is our school does offer ourselves a Gmail account. We are provided that through school. So once you have a Gmail account, you can set up a calendar very easily. In fact, with any tools, if you could just go into Google search, if you go on Google Chrome or anything and you search calendar, type it in up here at the bar, it's going to come right up and you can find it and then you can click on it and then you can just kind of create a calendar, which is very, very easy. You can see it says create right here. You just click on that and then you can actually go in and you can start putting in events, putting in appointment slots. And the nice part is when you do this, since there are multiple calendars that you can set up, you can go and you can see I've got tons of here, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, why there are so many here. But you can see there's a lot of different ones. When putting in an event, I can put it on, my personal one, or I can put it on one of my classrooms or something like that, or I can even put it in my student teaching calendar. Any of those options, which is kind of a nice perk that Google has that's not really on there on Outlook. I use Google Classroom in my class, so you can see I've got all these different classes, and then I actually collaborate with another science teacher, and you can see his Google Classroom classes pop up here too. That automatically syncs in there. That's why you're going to see if I flip through certain things, you'll see assignments kind of pop up that are due. That is just linking with Google Classroom, and that's one of the things I do love about using the Google, since I use Classroom. It links up very nicely and it works right alongside it. You can see once again I can view day, I can go into a week view, I can go into the month, you can see more assignments kind of there, and then I can go into the year if I want, and go through the whole entire thing. So I got a couple different viewpoints here. But once again, going through the comparison, looking at each, I think they both have obviously you know very, very easy features to use. I don't think there's huge discrepancies between the two calendars, um, other than maybe the multiple calendar. The look of it on Google might appease some people more. I think what it really comes down to is if you are more of a Microsoft person, if you are more of a Google person. For me, I'm more of a Google person, have used it for a long time, and will remain a Google person probably for a long time until maybe something else blows me out of the water. Um, but I'm impressed by them, and since I use so many other tools, it just works well for me. But I would not see anything wrong with promoting or suggesting either one to people down the road. So once again, thanks for watching. Hopefully you got some things out of this, and if you have any questions or concerns or something to kind of tip me off for that I don't know, throw it in the comments. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.